Hey guys, I'm back with the final part of my Halo 5 review where I will cover the multiplayer. But I noticed that some people felt that I was a little harsh on the single player campaign, but I want to remind you that I was not the only one that felt that way. So I highly suggest you go out there and look at some of the other reviews, and I think they're quite similar to mine, and I think maybe I wasn't, there wasn't enough detail in my review to tell you that I don't absolutely hate the single player campaign. There are very good moments in it, definitely. Like I said, the moment when you're jumping down the side of the Guardian is epic. I absolutely love that point in the game, but I'm gonna go into a little bit of detail again to tell you why I didn't like the single player, just very, very quickly, a little bit more detail why I didn't like it, just a touch, and then we're gonna go into the multiplayer. So thanks as always to everybody that's watching. I think you should stick to the end for the score. I think you might be surprised, so let's get into that now. Jameson Locke has absolutely no redeeming qualities that keep me invested in the game. The fact is, you only get a limited amount of time with Master Chief, who is searching for Cortana. Now, Cortana is an amazing character in this, and I maybe didn't even bring that up in the first half, but now I am in closing, saying that she plays a very vital role in this. And I honestly think that she is the best part of the game. And Master Chief, I wish I could say that about him. Now, Jameson Locke is given a hard mission in this game to stop Master Chief no matter the cost. He has his mission, he has his objective, and he'll do it no matter what. Do I care that he does this? Absolutely not, because again, I don't connect to him. Both Jameson Locke and Master Chief have teammates with characters that I never connected with whatsoever because of the fact you spend so little time actually hearing them talk, actually seeing them. It's just not there. The most time you spend with them is in the cutscenes, and in that, it's very limited. Overall, the story is an average experience, which will leave you wanting a lot more out of it. In closing on the single player campaign, I really think you should go out there and watch some other reviews, and you'll see that I wasn't being too harsh on it, and everybody feels the same way, or at least make notes about how dull the campaign is. Yes, it controls well. It's a AAA title, of course it controls well. It's smooth, it works, everything is there. I'm just not giving a shit about the characters, and nobody's gonna change that, so there's nothing to argue about. That's how I feel, and the good news here is you get to form your own opinions on the game, because this is just an opinion, and just like IGN, even though they're a giant corporation, the person reviewing it is also just giving an opinion. So the point of this is to tell you what I experienced, and I really want to move it on to something that I think you guys will want to hear. Multiplayer in Halo 5 Guardians is split into two main play styles: the classic arena experience, which we all know and love, and the new 24-player game type known as Warzone. Arena features the classics such as Team Arena, Slayer, Breakout, which is a Halo 5 single life elimination mode, which is just hard and rewarding. It also features Free-for-All, and lastly, SWAT, which is no shields and no motion tracker. I like the fact that they split this up into two. The arena aspect of the online multiplayer is something I was drawn back to. I'm not going to get into super detail of like everything you can do in this, because guess what? You're either going to go out there and buy this game based on the fact the multiplayer is fucking amazing, or you're going to cry about the story being shit and not go buy it. But you'll be missing out, I can guarantee you, because you get that classic arena Halo feeling in the arena battles. And I can't stress this enough of how addictive it is to get the rec system put on top of Halo 5 and make you, it just fucking drives you to go back to the arena, which is very, very, like, what's the word for this? Just maps that are extremely action-packed. Every turn, every moment, you'll see another enemy that you want to shoot in the face and get rec points for, which you'll spend mostly, well, absolutely, because you can only use it in the Warzone for now, but to use on crazy-ass weapons in Warzone. And Warzone, which I'm going to get into right now, is just fucking amazing. Warzone is a 24-player multiplayer mode that features two teams of 12 players on each side, and AI-controlled opponents and maps up to 4 times the size of any previous Halo multiplayer map, and I can confirm with you the maps are gigantic. Warzone utilizes the requisition system to allow players to get weapons and vehicles in-game. The objective of the mode is to get 1,000 victory points or to destroy the team's core, which is located within a base on the other side of the map. There are 2 game types in Warzone. The first is the core game type, which features AI-controlled opponents and a base for each team. The second game type does not have the AI opponents and features an attack/defend tug-of-war base capture between the 2 teams. Warzone mode is something that I am so in love with at this point in time. The requisition points that you collect and use to purchase packs that will unlock rare vehicles, items, and gear and power-ups is fucking amazing. And I can now see why Microsoft was basically just showing Warzone for all of its total branding campaign. All I saw was how good Warzone was, and I was dying to get into it. And yes, it is fucking amazing. So I'm going to go into the details of what Warzone is and the requisition points, which is a reward system that I absolutely love in video games because they've tied it also into the arena portion of the multiplayer, and that is a brilliant move to allow you to go back to small scale battles to collect the points to move up into Warzone and use those battle packs is just fucking brilliant. So let me go into the details, and I'm telling you, it's just fucking amazing. The requisition system, also known as the rec system in Halo 5, works in both the arena and Warzone multiplayer that grants players the cosmetic and in-game bonuses that they are looking for in a Halo game. There's also requisitions that are unlocked by obtaining requisition packs, which can be earned through gameplay or purchased through microtransactions, and I know that we all hate those. I've been playing games for almost 30 years now and reviewing them online for almost 7, and I have to say a review is just an opinion piece. Like you, I've been playing games for a very long time, since I was a child. And there's an enjoyment that I get out of discussing games. And when I discuss them on an open forum like this, of course I totally understand that a lot of people are going to be upset that the single player campaign is just not good. And if you go to other reviews, you will see my opinions are in line with others. But that doesn't mean that is true. That just means we all agreed, and maybe you haven't played it yet. But that's not my fucking problem. You know what my problem is? Being able to convey my emotions so you can relate to them and maybe buy it, maybe not buy it. And this is where I think a lot of you will be surprised. Halo 5's multiplayer not only came back and saved it, but actually bumped the score up because I honestly feel like it is the best Halo experience you'll ever have online, period. I'm a little upset that the single player campaign was such a dull, boring experience with dull characters and dull teammates and bad AI at times. I am so happy to turn around in the same sentence and say that the multiplayer has come back and saved Halo. Absolutely, if I had to give a score for just the multiplayer, it is up there with an 8.5 out of 10, maybe even a 9 out of 10. There are moments in there that brought me back to just the classic experiences that I know you guys were desperate to have with Halo, and I'm so happy to be able to be one of the people that tell you it's back in the game. So in closing, I'm going to give the full game, all of it, the single player and everything together, an 8 out of 10, be based on mostly the multiplayer. And a lot of you are going to say, well, do I buy it then? Single day. Guess what? I don't know how many people out there actually give a shit for this answer, because you're either going to love Halo and go buy it day one, or you're going to call me a whiny bitch for not liking something. So it's that or that. But I'll tell you, if you're a fan of Halo, you go out there right now and you buy Halo 5 for the multiplayer only. Don't get overhyped over the single player campaign, because you will be let down based on my opinion. Maybe you won't be. I don't fucking know. The point here is go and buy it. Stop watching this. Peace out. Go buy Halo 5. Absolutely amazing. And in closing, I want to thank Rich so much for letting me come on the channel and tell you my opinion. And also, thank you so much to like thousands of you that came over and subbed to me from my Halo video. That meant a lot to me, and I hope that a lot of you look at me now and see that I'm just a fucking gamer that maybe was a whiny bitch in the first part, but also maybe just was stating his opinion and trying to convey his emotions. But maybe I didn't do that well because I was also sick as a fucking dog and also high on medication. And also, Rich had just sent me his 2015 nudes calendar, so you don't want to know what I did with that. I did stuff, but shouldn't have fucking said that. I'm out of here. Until next time, I'm JKB. Come check my channel out, or not. It's just opinions. That's about it. Let's go have some fun playing some video games. I love you guys. Thank you so much.